So there he is, Mornay Steyn, getting his first taste of Tri-Nations. And he's very popular around these parts, of course. We're on the high veld here. Well, P&R's from the coast.
Well, he went to Grey College too, didn't he? Mornay Steyn, I think, which is a very famous rugby school here in Bloemfontein. Contributed the most Springboks of any school by the length of the street in South Africa.
So the All Black management are in place, looking just a little bit sombre, as they should. Referee Roland blows time on, and the second half is underway. And the Springboks, Matfield has been a dominant figure in this game. Brings it down easily. Du Preez waiting as Rokocoko. He's had to deal with a lot of high balls. He's got away from Habana, but he's been well tackled by Smith. Now Leonard. There were good signs just before half-time. The All Blacks moving the ball, looking to get a little continuity into their game. Muliaina has laid this one back. Leonard has a go, but Matfield closes the gap very quickly. Now it's with Andrew Hoare as the All Blacks take it to the halfway line. Richie McCaw, and there's a bit of a scrap going on the far side. Owen Franks on the field in place of Tialata. Now Donald punching it high, coming down near the 22, and Conrad Smith, and he's got them for offside. Must have only been marginal. Nevertheless, I guess offside's offside. And this will be kickable because Mornay Steyn, well, he kicked them with his eyes closed from here.
Big roar around the stadium too as he comes forward with the ball. He's not a Free State man, but he's from round these parts, if you know what I mean. He's from the Veld.
Conrad Smith. Oh, that's a dreadful call. It must have been a touch call. And off camera there, you didn't see it at home. But Conrad Smith wanted to go and debate that with the referee. It wouldn't have done any good, of course. The camera shot there clearly showed that it was an incorrect decision.
So this is a big moment for Mornay Steyn. He certainly didn't crack during the Lions series. Thumps it hard, turns, no problems at all. 17 points to 3.
Well, it's a long way back now for the All Blacks. 2 converted tries just to draw level, and they haven't looked really like cracking the Springbok defence. Certainly haven't got close to scoring a try yet.
Donald kicks off again. Matfield, so dominant in the air. Outstanding player in the air, Victor Matfield. Very coordinated forward effort here. Again, it's Brousseau holding the ball. Slips it to Du Preez. Couldn't find anybody to give it to as they get to the halfway line. Du Plessis organising the troops. Fires it off for Mornay Steyn. Donald angling under this. Didn't bring it under control. Now it's with Juan Smith. JP Peterson. Francois Steyn. The old-fashioned centering kick. Muliaina waits. Peterson there. And it was a knock-on by JP Peterson.
Well, the Springboks have started superbly in the second half. It's really a continuation of what happened in the first 40 minutes. Francois Steyn trying an old-fashioned centering kick, which we don't see very often nowadays. Muliaina tried to get airborne, but JP Peterson went up and competed, but lost it forward.
Hold up here, one of the All Blacks being attended to.
Yeah, and another one doing up his bootlace.
Yep, Conrad Smith.
Time out, please. Where's your mark?
Percy Montgomery, over 100 test matches for the Springboks, now on the staff, coaching staff.
Now he'll be the goal-kicking coach. You don't have to do much coaching with Mornay Steyn. He's pretty good at it anyway.
Touch, half engage.
So Owen Alan Franks in the second half,
Excuse me.
taken over on the tight head side from Tialata.
Get long, okay? Touch. Pause, engage.
Scrum goes down again. Soialo tries to spin out of a couple of tackles. Leonard on his favoured left boot. Steyn having to skirt across right on the halfway line. Tackled by Sivi Vatu, but the Springboks set it. Noticeable they get back behind the ball very quickly. Mornay Steyn for De Villiers. Jacques Fourie double teamed by Conrad Smith and Nonu, and Nonu has stolen the ball away. It was knocked on by the Springboks anyway, as Leonard has it. Good fighting run by Brendan Leonard. Lays it back here for Rokithoko. Now Nonu. Poor. Slipped the pass to Nonu. Nonu never got the pass away. Now John Smith. And it was a knock on by the Springboks as Nonu tried to throw the pass. Springbok hand got on the road.
It's a bit untidy there from the Springboks at the breakdown, which Nonu latched onto, but something the Springboks do really well. When they're physical in the tackle, so they back themselves to hold the opposition player up, and whenever an offload is tried to be delivered, often one of their players will get between in the defensive line to try and snaffle an intercept. Very nearly worked then.
Touch. Pause, engage.
Good solid All Black scrum. Soialo runs into the referee.
Push back.
Bounces him out of the road, makes a good 10 metres. Now Leonard for Ross. First match against the Springboks for Isaac Ross. Real baptism of fire up against Matfield and Borta. Donald looking to deliver. Did so too. Good run by Stephen Donald. Now, can the All Blacks stay there and grab the ball back? I don't think so. Oh, they might be lucky.
Well, that should have been a penalty, because that player with... I was trying to identify it. Was it Strabanjan Smith, I think? He was just lying all over the ball. I thought Stephen Donald had chosen the wrong option here, but he took it to the line. Springboks scrambling well in defence, something they're very good at.
7 minutes gone, second half.
Piriwipu warming up on the sideline. Brendan Leonard really hasn't been able to breach the defence in the way the All Black selectors or coaching staff would have hoped, I think.
Stay back, stay back.
Another opportunity here from a set play. Leonard off to Donald. Quick hands for Smith. Conrad Smith running great lines. Smith, he's got support. He'll do it himself. Conrad Smith, what a try.
And fans from Cape Town, the Cape Town region, very happy, and that was a variation on the move in the first half that got intercepted by John De Villiers. Went a little bit wider this time, came off a very good scrum. Good hands there by Stephen Donald. Pushed off Mornay Steyn, did Conrad Smith. Had lots of options available, but didn't need them.
Well, just a little example there of one of the reasons why Mornay Steyn perhaps isn't the preferred number 10. He fell off that tackle badly, but boy, did the All Blacks need that. If this kick goes over, then they're back and touching the game when so much has gone against them, either through their own perhaps poor execution or maybe just a good play of the Springboks, but whatever, if this goes over, back to 7 points.
Yeah, it was Nonu who drew the Springboks midfield defence in, turned them in, and that created the space for Conrad Smith, who as always ran a great line.
Donald to get the All Blacks back to within one scoring play, and that's a good kick. Conversion made by Stephen Donald. 17 points to 10 as the All Blacks start coming back.
And the changes made at half-back too. Piriwipu on in 20, and off comes Brendan Leonard.
11th test try for Conrad Smith, second against the Springboks, as the kickoff is made by Mornay Steyn, claimed by Andrew Hoare, who gets blindsided by Havana. Now here's Piriwepu. He'll kick straight away. Hoisting high. Dupria to Francois Steyn. McCaw tipped him over, couldn't hold him though. And Francois Steyn to the 10-metre line. Now Dupria. Smith, that's Yuan Smith for the Springboks. They'll be stung by that. The All Blacks haven't had many attacking opportunities, but they've converted one very nicely. Jean de Villiers. Lowered in the tackle of Owen Franks. Now Spies. Bismarck du Plessis, so strong, shrugging players off. Donald wants another piece of him. Ball on the All Black side, I reckon. It's up off the ground, so they're entitled to have a go at it. Now Dupria, Mornay Steyn, de Villiers, Francois Steyn. All Blacks doing much better in defence now. Springboks look as though they might be struggling with ideas a little. Just thumping at the defence through Juan Smith.
Release green.
Turnover.
McCaw again.
Turnover. Wepu got a chance. Nonu delivers to Smith. Sivivatu. De Villiers gets across along with Spies. They're 5 out from the 22. Penalty, surely. Barkey's Borta. Well, hanging on they reckon, but Borta was a mile offside.
Yeah, but Richie McCaw's skills to the forefront again at the breakdown, created the turnover. Thought Nonu might have passed a little bit early, perhaps could have straightened the attack and taken it a little bit deeper into the Springbok defensive line before offloading. But the All Blacks just enjoying a fairly good period of play here. Look at McCaw, recognise the help that he got from his other defenders. Just his pressure helped create that turnover, and it certainly was on to the left. Maybe I was a little bit unkind to Ma'a Nonu there. He did absolutely the right thing at second look.
Barkey's Borta coming in on the side. The earlier infringement possibly. The Springboks on the ground. So, Stephen Donald. All Blacks edging back into this. Good kick, good kick.
Well, he's had his kicking boots on in the last couple of test matches, has Stephen Donald. Kicking really in many ways is a little bit easier at altitude. You've still got to execute properly. Technically very good there, right down the middle.
Kieran Reid on in 19 for the All Blacks, replacing Rodney Sorialo.
The All Blacks, Rodney Sorialo's place is taken by Kieran Reid.
12 minutes into the second half, the change made. Mornay Steyn kicks off. Again, it's Andrew Hoare. Laying it back nicely for Piriwepu. Again, a towering punt. All Blacks getting there first. And,
Oh, yeah.
looked a bit windy.
Joe Rokafoko was very lucky, though. He didn't keep his eye on the ball. Springboks should have had a penalty. The referee wasn't watching. To be fair, that's probably balanced one or two others out.
To start.
Matfield again, unchallenged. All Blacks have virtually conceded lineouts
Get back! Back! Back!
for whatever reason. And it's enabled the Springboks to set up these rolling mauls that have been pretty effective. Ross almost ripped that away.
Hands out! Relax! Hands out! Primo! Stay!
Now Dupria. Another one for Rokafoko to cope with.
Off back!
Lost it. And lost it forward.
Oh, one of his great skills for Dupria is the accuracy of the kick over the top. Bruno Barner did well to get a hand in there. First, just did come off Joe Rokafoko first though.
Tony Woodcock's got a bit of a problem with his ankle now. That's a worry for the All Blacks. Not with one change already been made because of injury.
Well, of course, Alad de Melmonch is in the squad, but not on the bench tonight. Man who can play a hooker, prop.
He's okay, Tony Woodcock.
Well, they look pretty happy with life on the bench. Although, as
Still
we
a few
pan,
moves there.
yeah,
It's only a 4-point lead.
a little more anxious as we pan down.
For all the play they've had, it's not a lot, is it?
No, not really, but there's a great opportunity here for them. Brian O'Banner is tucked inside Mornay Stain. I'm picking here, there will be an inside channel play, something pretty close.
Spieth is going to pick up Dupria. Here's Habana. Scored a try like that against the Lions in Pretoria. All Blacks have closed it down though. Dupria. Quick hands as it goes to Juan Smith. Sivivatu tackling the ball. Hasn't been able to grab it though. Here comes Spieth again. Good tackle by McCaw, but they're only 5 or 6 metres away here, the Springboks. As Dupria for Juan Smith. Diving at him was Kieran Reid. Ball is well protected here. Brousseau hands it up to Smith.
19 away.
Dupria to Borta. All Blacks read that like a book.
Hands out.
Dupria again. Here's a drop kick. Oh, he thought he was going to have a go. Francois Steyn, but they closed him down. And he's managed to deliver the pass nicely to Fourie Dupria. Lobs it wide for Jean de Villiers. 10 out from the 22. The Springbok wave continues. Might have been
I think McCaw might have this too.
close to a turnover.
Oh, very close.
That's all right.
Delivered up again for Dupria. Now Spieth. Not able to get those big legs pumping. The All Blacks hit him hard. It's there again for Dupria. Pressure on the ball. Border coming back. Now here's Mornay Stain in a bit of space. Scragged to the ground by Wepu. And he's got him by using hands.
I think it might again. It was either Wepu or Moliaina. He could have taken their pick there.
I think it might have been Piri Wepu.
Well, he was the tackler.
He probably went off his feet though. Just need to see a replay of that. Yeah, that was it. Nothing wrong with that. Piri Wepu had done everything right. The All Blacks had really defended well during that period. And this is a gift, 3 points for Mornay Stain.
Just to give the Springboks a little bit of breathing space. So it's back to a 7-point margin, 20 points to 13.
He didn't hit that particularly well, Mornay Stain. Really came hard from right to left and damn near dragged it left of the goalpost, but over nevertheless.
Andrew Hall just taking a glance towards the bench, and yes, his game is over. Kevin Mialamu on in 16.
Donald gets us going again. All Blacks this time putting some pressure on. Ball knocked down or falls for Bismarck du Plessis. And the kick and chase works to some extent.
He was wanting that infield a little bit more. Very skilled player, this guy.
He was knocked back by Isaac Ross. And a favourable bounce. So Kevin Mialamu just onto the field. A big line-out throw. The Springboks will put a bit of pressure on here if they can. Good throw goes to Brad Thorne. Mialamu right in the middle of it with his hands on the ball.
Hands out now, hands out.
McCaw joining the fray. Now Wepu had no option, had to go back the other way. Did a good job.
Ball's inside.
Now Kieran Reid
Green,
waiting
stay
at the back.
Green, stay back.
Nonu looks like he is going to be the deliverer of the pass back to Donald. Bangs it in the midfield. Lining it up as
Off Green.
Furi Dupria, or Jacques Faria was,
Lost forward.
and it was knocked forward.
Yeah.
Gee, I don't know whether Donald meant to belt it right in the middle.
Certainly not. It was meant to be up the right-hand touchline. He did have a bit of pressure coming from his right. But boy, if that would have fallen the wrong way, it would have been all over. And just knock on there by Jacques Faria.
"21 minutes remaining here. 7-point lead for the Springboks. All Blacks fighting back well in the second half. Good second half at Eden Park last week too.
Stay on.
Wepu, Donald will kick.
Okay.
Just stabs it really. And Francois staying in good position.
Oh, that's way too far, isn't it? Oh no. Guy will be relieved.
Now Donald.
Out.
Muliaina is the chaser here, leading the charge, but it's a little bit too far for Spieth. Now Habana, De Villiers, Mornay Stain, John Smith runs into Jerome Kano, and the All Blacks might have turned him. I think they have turned him. Good effort by the All Blacks. Now Savi Batu shrugs off one or two. Just couldn't break into the clear though, but the All Blacks have possession, and he's blown the whistle for a knock-on.
Back the other way forward.
Now, this game has gone up a level in pace, and there are some tired boys out there both sides, particularly in the forwards. Hands on knees. Mind you, we are about 4,500 feet above sea level, so recovery just takes a bit longer here. Get oxygen into the body.
It's just a bit unfortunate. It was awkward for Kevin Mialamu there in support. He was just losing his footing as he tried to snaffle that offload.
Crouch.
All Black scrum's been going pretty well.
I agree, TJ. Just a little bit dominant at the moment.
Right down the middle.
Oh, Messi. Kano away for Wepu, fires it off to Donald. Came from a good All Black scrum. Now they need the ball quickly. The Springbok forwards are coming back very slowly. Nonu just stumbling. And he was easy prey for Jacques Faria.
No.
Ball is there. Now Kano delivers up to McCaw. Mialamu just near the 22-metre line. All Blacks looking to get it out quickly. Wepu delivers to Sivi Batu.
That's a rock, hands out, Green.
Now it's the Springboks' turn to defend grimly. Mialamu. Muliaina's come up. Smith tries to hang on to him. Good continuity again. Now it's with Ross. Big Isaac Ross turns it back for Nonu. Nonu takes it to the 22-metre line. Mialamu again. Sivi Batu. Rokathoko's over there helping out.
It's an advantage, I think.
Wepu again. Now Kano. Wave after wave of All Black attack. Springbok hand again wrapped around it as Wepu delivers the pass for Smith. Goes wide. Now there's a chance. Big Tony Woodcock. 6 or 7 metres away. Ball is there for Wepu. Now Donald again. Sivi Batu takes it out towards centre field. Big moment in the match here if the All Blacks can get across. Rokatoko. 2 men in the tackle. And a penalty.
Some pretty good play by both sides there, really. Great continuity by the All Blacks, but equally the Springboks are up to it on defence. So just TJ detecting the momentum shifting in this game a little bit.
Yeah, it is going that way. I think the All Blacks are now starting to get, I think it's the quickness of the ball they're getting at the breakdown from their the own ball, and that was the result of a very good scrum. But every time the All Blacks took the ball into the tackle, most times they were able to clear the ball quite quickly, and the Springboks, I think, are struggling to double back and get their defensive line right.
Oh, some tired guys in green jerseys, but also in black, but just getting to the breakdown a bit quicker, TJ. The guys supporting the ball carrier.
Yeah, they're just getting their targets right, Foxy. There's not a lot of players, but they're hitting them right.
Stephen Donald, he likes it. It's back to 4 points.
And another change for the All Blacks. It's Jason Eaton on an 18, replacing Isaac Ross. Kano's been strong, Foxy.
Yeah,
last 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, once again, big test match last week. He's backing up this week. Boy, it's game on here.
15 minutes remaining. Just a try apiece.
London change for South Africa. Johnston leading the field. Yanni Duplessis, jersey 17.
Morné Steyn. Kevin Mialamu waits. Again, Habana first man up there. Number 17 is on the park there. Yanni Duplessis, Dr. Duplessis, in replace of John Smith. Good kick by Wepu, pressure on, and All Black line out ball. That is a very good kick.
This guy here, Pierre Spies, he doesn't like going backwards. I mean, I don't suppose too many players do. He looks not quite such a colossal threat. Oh, there's John Smith. It's a blood bin.
Short line out here for the All Blacks.
Good scrap going on. Finally, they grab it through Owen Franks. Oh, lost it. And this will be against the All Blacks.
Untidy again, wasn't it?
Are you taking over skipper in his absence? You are. Okay, thank you.
Well, things were going swimmingly at 17 points to 3. It's a bit different now.
Yeah, a bit of a conference in the backs of the Springboks too. 9, 10, 12, 13. Just talking about what they're going to do.
Touch, pause, engage.
Dupria will get the pass from Spies. Pushing it wide. JP Peterson. Oh, fired it back in field. Mills Muliaina. Fortunately, from the All Blacks' point of view, it was out. Gee, that was a rush of blood to the head, really.
Well, it's an interesting tactic too. You don't often see that. Number 9 doing what we would call a wiper's kick, but clearly it was planned.
It's conceded possession at the line out. It'll be a Springbok throw. So the All Blacks are going to have to defend again, as they haven't messed up any of their own.
Going on to a short line out too, the Springboks. So Brousseau and Spies are out in the midfield.
2 deep Duplessis brothers on at the moment. That's a poor throw. Wepu waits for the bounce. Good run by
3-2, run away!
Kieran Reid. Now Donald again punching high. Steyn has got plenty of time. He might even unleash here. Does so.
Not even close this time.
No, he certainly had the distance.
That's never a problem.
No. Well, that's the danger now.
Just as I said, the Springboks had won all their own. The throw wasn't quite right, but Jason Eaton actually got up and contested the ball and won it.
You see there the drop. The ball was always pitching to the right. Just never had control of the drop.
Now the All Blacks bring it away from the 22. Wepu looking for runners, finds Nonu, sends it on to McCaw. Didn't deliver the pass, took the tackle instead. And turnover ball. Morné Steyn, De Villiers pops it up to Spies. Leaves it behind. Referee's got the arm out. I think it's just a knock on.
Lost forward.
It is a knock on. Lost forward by the Springboks.
Ooh.
Had the arm the other way.
Yeah.
Now, something wrong here with De Villiers. He's done himself a terrible mischief, I think.
Well, I'll be nervous. Well, not only nervous in Springbok land, but in Munster land. He's just signed to go to Munster to replace Rua Tupoki. And oh dear, the anguish in the crowd too.
Oh, they're very passionate about their rugby in this part of South Africa.
This bloke's not a bad replacement if he has to come on though, Vainan Olafia. They've got really good depth, the Springboks.
This doesn't look good for de Villiers. It looks severe. So Vainan Olafia, who was such a standout player for the Bulls in Super 14, goes onto the park. And I think also, TJ, as we just look at the problem there, Danny Rousseau is on too.
Yeah, he's on. He replaces Bucky's Botha, who's off. The All Blacks have done well, Foxy. They've picked up the pace of the game.
Oh, they've had a little bit more of possession. Territory still hasn't really gone their way an awful lot. But their set piece has been a bit better, and their breakdown has too.
Reid packing on the back, fires the pass. Muliaina, a weighted kick. Francois Steyn. And the All Blacks will help him into touch.
That was all right by Muliaina.
13, get out of the 5, 13.
The All Blacks have the throw. And just deliberately there tried to keep him up. Joe Rokothoko, Muliaina, Kieran Reid supplied the grunt to push him across the touchline.
Just over 11 minutes left. 4-point lead for the Boks. Not a good throw again. Big kick by Dupria. Rokothoko is secure. Running hard at the Springboks. Almost at the 10-metre line.
Away, Greaves!
Piriwepu. Now Donald. Much better kick. As long as it doesn't keep rolling too much. Brian Habana, not a noted kicker, but doesn't do a bad job.
Well, but he dragged it into touch, so net gain for the All Blacks. So field position's okay, but they need possession from the line out.
John Smith keen to get back. Really is an inspirational captain of the Springboks, as he showed in the first test against the Lions when he came back on the field. Kevin Mialamu, well taken down this time by Jerome Kano. All Blacks giving it back to the Springboks in the form of a maul.
Keep it up!
Good strong maul it is too.
That's once! That's once! That's once!
Mialamu, it's once. They won't get too many opportunities again, but now he gives it off to Wepu. Flat past Donald, Rokothoko. Good defence by Brousseau.
Push back!
Black numbers though, getting there. Now it's with Donald. Away to Nonu. Quick delivery to Muliaina. Sivi Batu. Inside the 22 as the All Blacks look to get the next try. Wepu again for Donald. Kano. Again, it's the Springboks having to hang on in defence. Wepu for Donald. Reid coming on the charge. Couldn't get the pass away.
You're off your seat! Off your seat, Green!
Wepu looking. Mialamu skirting back to the blind side, but he's organising the open side here. Oh, it didn't work. Now it's loose. Spieth has got enormous pace. Good effort by Wepu. Fires the pass. McCaw couldn't get it. Knocked it on. Here's an opportunity, and it's Jacques Faris. That might be enough.
Oh, they're delirious here at Vodacom Park, the Springbok supporters. You can put that down to the pressure that their defence was able to absorb. And a mistake there by Jason Eaton. Not a great pass by Piriwepu, but Conrad Smith did brilliant. I think Piriwepu was offside. All that's probably lucky not to be penalised there, but McCaw couldn't control it. Jacques Faris, a popular figure in South Africa, and that is his 11th try in Test rugby. And probably for the All Blacks, game over, I think.
Well, they took so long to organise themselves in that attacking situation. Every chance to get it right. And Jason Eaton just, well, overran it. Maybe the pass was too slow, and it just a complete breakdown. The speed of Spieth always had them in trouble, and then it was just a mad scramble, and the Springboks, as they do so well, have cashed in.
Well, they lead by 9 points now. Here's Morné Steyn. It's still a 9-point lead, but now it means the All Blacks have to score twice, and only 7 minutes left to do it. So P.S. Spieth, we saw during the Super 14 final against the Chiefs how much pace this man has. He created it, really. And Jacques Fourie scored his 4th Test try against the All Blacks. Stephen Donald kicks it off. This time Matfield doesn't get it, and it's been grabbed by Franks. The All Blacks have been attacking strongly, but they made one mistake, and it's cost them. As Wepu, Eaton throws a pass, goes to no one at all. Now Wepu for Donald. Nonu looks to go through in midfield. Olivier looks after him. He's got advantage here for the All Blacks. Mialamu. Still a hope if they can get in quickly. Well, they'll cut this back. Take a kick, Foxy.
I would, absolutely. There's still 6 minutes on the clock. Time enough. That call has been made.
Well, it could also mean a bonus point. I mean, probably too early to start thinking about consolation points. They want to win the game, but it'll get them, if it goes over, it could get them back inside the 7.
Mialamu, as always, proving very difficult to get down. Just cribbing precious metres.
Now this is a very important kick. This will keep the All Blacks in the hunt. Even though there's only 5.5 minutes remaining, they'll at least have a shot at it. Stephen Donald's kick is over.
And Luke McAllister's coming on for the All Blacks in 21. Just looking to see who he's replacing. I think it's Conrad Smith. So that could well be McAllister to second 5, Nonu to centre, or the other way round.
So the clock shows just under 5 minutes. At 25 points to 19. Again, Habana does a very good job on Mialamu. And the All Blacks pinned inside their 22. Wepu. Yeah, that's not a bad kick.
Looks like Ricky January's on the field for the Box 2 and 20. That's an interesting change.
Yeah,
Peter de Villiers' favourite player.
Great kick-off again by Morné Steyn. Clearly the tactic. High, long, get Habana to do the chase.
Victor Matfield makes the calls. Generally somewhere near himself, but this time Spieth gets it. Under 4 minutes remaining, and the Springboks will try and close this down as best they can. Bit of a scuffle in this near side, but it's well away from anybody.
Trying to milk a penalty here, I think.
18 in the side.
Yeah, he's got advantage.
He's going to get one too, and John de Villiers has the strength to get to his feet, because this will be a kick at goal, no doubt. I think either Morné or Francois Steyn could have a go here.
Well,
Morné.
He's trying to get a couple of metres, isn't he? Good mauling by the Springboks. They've done this very well, but Jason Eaton should know the rules better than that. Tried to play innocent a little bit late.
Well,
pretty happy upstairs. They look as though they've got this one in the bag, particularly if this kick goes over.
well, it's about 55 on the angle, Nisbo. And, well, this one could cost the All Blacks a bonus point.
Yeah, it's well within his range. I saw him kick a very long one against the Lions in Pretoria.
Percy Montgomery standing right behind it. What a beauty. That's an outstanding kick from Morné Steyn. So that really wraps up the game. Now the All Blacks' best they can hope for is a bonus point. Quickly taken as it goes to Matfield. 2 minutes remaining as Bismarck du Plessis. They'll set up another rolling maul. And it won't be easy for the All Blacks to get the ball back.
More! Away, Black, away!
Now it goes to ground. The All Blacks looking to hook it back with a boot. I think they've been successful, actually. Oh, unlucky. Very unlucky.
Well, it's the team going forward, isn't it? I suppose he's ruled.
Yeah. Just unlucky that they couldn't hook it back with the boot.
They'll be in no hurry to set the scrum, the Springboks. Let's chew up a few more seconds.
Time off, please. Blood here, number 2. Time off.
And we hold up here
Some blood there.
with Bismarck du Plessis. Well, the Springboks don't win very often against the All Blacks, despite what we might think.
That's open. Top.
Well,
It's open.
this is the 76th Test played. Out of the 75 previous ones, the All Blacks have won 42.
Number 2,
South Africa
substitution,
30.
please.
South Africa have the best record against the All Blacks of any side. All Blacks overall winning percentage in Test matches is around 75%. So 3 out of every 4 against the Springboks. It's 56. Still on the right side of the ledger, but not by much. But this one will go to the Springboks.
They don't win very often, the Springboks, in the Tri-Nations against the All Blacks. That is for sure.
Yes, I guess a lot of those previous victories were of some bygone eras in his boat.
Yep, absolutely.
Touch, pause, engage.
So inside the last minute with Ricky January rolling it in. Now away goes Spieth. Tries to push his way away from McCaw. Springboks will get the victory here tonight, but there's another one to go
Stay on your feet now,
at
please.
Kings
Stay on
Park in
your feet.
Durban next week. That's at sea level, of course. Now January, as they just kill the clock here. Joanne Smith on the 10-metre line. All Blacks piling in, hoping to turn the ball over. Here goes the siren, I think, as January fires it back for Morné Steyn, and he'll happily kick it into the grandstand. So that is it. Springboks have taken the victory here at Vodacom Park in Bloemfontein. 28 points to 19. And Graham Henry has some thinking to do before next week.
Well, the Springboks deserved their victory. Really built on the first half, where once again the All Blacks started slowly. Springboks were applying the pressure. The All Blacks tried to mount a comeback in the second half. Looked like they could be successful, but the problem in their game at the moment is really just the little errors. They are very costly. They're getting punished for them.
2 tries to 1, final score. Springboks 28, New Zealand 19.